a great early 70s film, which clearly, and I think it did, I think Tarantino has mentioned it at a time, it was a great influence, and you can see influences from it in later films and whatnot. But The Outfit stars Robert Duvall and Joe Don Baker. And the two of them are partners in crime on, and Robert Duvall's brother, he and this guy, maybe a few others, I don't know. They would pull these heists and all that stuff, rob a bank. But Robert Duvall's character had to do a prison stint, not too long, a little over a year or maybe two, I forget. And he, for a weapons charge or something like that, they didn't get him on this robbery. But the consequences of it lingered long over the course of this film. His brother is murdered. He gets out. He's nearly murdered. Come to find out from his girlfriend, played by the lovely Karen Black, was tortured into setting him up. And she couldn't go through with it at the last minute, so he gets the drop on the hitman and finds out what the deal is. Turns out the bank he and his brother robbed was a front for a criminal organization known as The Outfit. But they messed with the wrong guy. So Duvall decides, you know what? I'm going to get revenge for his brother, of course, for his girlfriend. And meanwhile, his buddy, Joe Don Baker's character, they put a hit on him too because he was part of the team. And they almost get him. And then Robert and he join up to take on the outfit. And boy, do they. And of course, they steal what they can from the outfit, robbing them and whatnot. And this is the best outcome for all involved. It's criminal versus criminal, and it's a win-win for us civilized people. If they want to duke it out, let them. So he expects them to pay him off for what he's, $200,000 or something like that. And whatever else he steals is, his interest on the debt or whatever, And so it's great. There are all these classic sort of mobster-like characters and whatnot, and it's all very rough and everything. And it has its sadness in it with the Karen Black character. She loves the guy, but it's difficult. And she has a very bad feeling about this. Her intuition is correct. And but she loves the man, So not going to spoil everything, but, but I'll quote one of the characters: "The good guys win." So it builds as it goes, as Duvall and Joe Don Baker take down these guys. And boy, do they. And it's one battle after another, giving them a taste of their own medicine, and all the way to the top boss and all that. Plus, there's 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 lovely ladies throughout the film. And that's always nice, too. It is. And so it's just one of these films that's dark and yet hilarious, and but also has big stakes to it, and terribly violent, and doesn't shy from the consequences of crime. Even at the time you think, hey, isn't this glamorizing it and whatnot, even though you're rooting for Robert Duvall and all that, even though he's just as criminal as those guys. But well, they did wrong him, I don't know. Could they have worked something out? I guess not. The outfit has to maintain its reputation and all that. And these guys robbed their bank, and so. But it's like, well, you got to pay us back for what you stole or something of that nature. But nah, they just put a hit out on him. And, but they got one of them, but the other two, well, boy, did they mess with the wrong guys. And such as also the consequences of this corrupt and evil world of, crime. Boy, it doesn't get more corrupt than, crime. So, of course, it was an early 70s movie. It's got all the... boy, they really capture the era and the stylings of it because, oh, that's right, they shot it during that time. So, it plays out. There's some clever dialogue and that sort of thing, which is to be expected for these crime dramas. Drama, to be sure, and there's some, very sad moments in it and that sort of thing. And deadly serious action, and yet at the same time, boy, the guy had it coming, and it was still kind of funny the way it goes. And screw him, and stuff like that. So it's this journey through this world in a lot of ways, and how it goes, like the Odyssey, Ulysses going to this place or that. Well, not as far-fetched and surreal as that, but there's quite a few characters they run through and all that sort of thing. Getting to the ultimate final battle with the big boss, like a video game. And so that's all very entertaining, and the very trappings of the era and all that, very much there, and so on and so forth. And distinct characters within each of where they go to get what they need to do, and there's stumbling blocks along the way. There's this really bitchy, horny woman just determined to cause all kinds of trouble, get men to kill each other and stuff like that. And because, I don't know, she was getting bored and stuff. She was putting her stuff out there, and she demanded to be worshipped for that. Then you got the bored trophy wife, who, I don't know, just complains about this life of luxury she has, where she can just lay around in her lingerie reading magazines and just, meanwhile her husband is conducting deadly business and ordering murders all over the place and everything. And it's just like, yeah, but what about her, We never do anything. Well, there's 20, 30 years between you. But as he said, she, takes care of me. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. Sad. Yeah, there's dark tragedy there. But also a lot of fun, So it's a great film if you haven't seen it. Do check it out. Treat yourself to The Outfit.